Welcome back to my channel, Fazbear's Menagerie of Madness, where I'll explore the universe of Five Nights at Freddy's and I hope in a new and unique interpretation of events. Within the game's security breach, we are aware that Bonnie got himself a Glamrock makeover. Freddy's sidekick, that can be traced back to Fredbear's family diner, is now an on-stage member of the band. That was until an incident hidden from many has resulted in Bonnie's disappearance from the Pizzaplex. Many children are asking questions, staff are doing their best to assure guests that all is alright. In this video, I'll outline why I think Bonnie's best friend, Freddy, was the one responsible. The staff are clearly aware of Bonnie's absence by the time of security breach. In the duffel bags appear the message.
With Bonnie out of commission, we are making Monty the new bass player. Parts and service has already done the proper adjustments. This could be a good thing. Monty could be even more popular than Bonnie. The bowling alley needs a retheme. While most of the Bonnie art was removed, kids keep asking, where's Bonnie? Do we have an officially approved response?
These points clearly show that management is aware the Bonnie animatronic is not able to be recovered. They are also taking steps to replace, rather than rebuild, the character. The mention of an official response also gives us another department involved, the arts department. In the story, The Storyteller, we know that during staff cutbacks, the arts department was replaced with the Storyteller animatronic. Generating stories for the animatronics, the Storyteller was responsible for the characters' personalities. We also see from the Ruin DLC that the picture boards are created to explain the handover from Bonnie to Monty. This is likely another part of the storyteller's role, generating a story for children to accept the change. Although it's just a story.
12:24 a.m. Bonnie is seen leaving his green room in Rockstar Row heading east towards the atrium. 2:40 a.m. Bonnie enters the East Arcade. 4:12 a.m. Bonnie enters Monty Golf.
In a previous video about the Storyteller, I outlined my ideas for the alternate endings of Security Breach, being that the dreams were created by Storyteller to convince Gregory he is a child. One of those endings leaves Freddy thrown off a raised platform and smashed up on the floor of Phasablast. This could have been the recreation of the cause of Bonnie's damage. Fallen from the platforms above Monty's mini-golf, Bonnie's injuries mostly match the damage from a long fall from a high platform. The damage to Bonnie isn't just fall damage, the slash marks across his chest suggest a second attack, possibly the first and reason for the fall. The claw marks found on Bonnie's chest are created by 3 sharp talon-like fingers. The strength required ensures an animatronic was responsible. As Monty had not received the claw upgrades until Bonnie's removal, then I think prototype Freddy was the culprit. As we can see, the prototype Freddy has very different hand design to the Endos. This difference had meant Freddy had the tools to cause the first strike. Some dialogue found in the code of the game gives us a conversation from Freddy to Gregory about a past event.
I hear what some guests say about me. Bad things happened in the past. But that was not me. Those were older models. Flawed. I would never hurt anyone. You know that, right?
It has been noted that the damage to the chest of Bonnie also contains some green paint. The rides in Monty's Gator Golf are also green and are moving around. If Bonnie collided with one, paint could be traded. I therefore suggest that the head of the Freddy we know was on the body of the prototype when it went to Monty Gator Golf to find Bonnie. While there, a fight broke out and Bonnie was damaged. The claw marks were Freddy's. The green paint could have came from colliding with one of Monty's rides, and the fall damage happened from the resulting conclusion when both animatronics fell from the platform. In one of the finale panels of Security Breach, Freddy appears similar to the prototype. Following a fall, the plating on his hands is missing. Another similarity the Storyteller would have seen in the past. We already know that Freddy's head could be removed, as Vanessa does this in Parts and Service during the night she is looking for Gregory. Following such an event, Freddy could have been given a new endo body, one less powerful and able to be controlled. In Parts and Service, one of the holding cells has been broken out of by something strong. The glass from the window has both fallen and also been forced out. This suggests that an animatronic broke out of its holding cell. As we encounter the powerful and damaged prototype in the Ruin DLC, these two are likely connected. So, why did Freddy attack? If we consider again that management needed an approved story to explain the incident, that could suggest the storyteller needed to make the change. Management had not shown any respect for the workers, the examples being replacing the arts department with AI and also replacing the serving staff with bots. If those events happened before the dismantling of the baobab tree, then storyteller was connected to the animatronics and therefore could aid in the hacking from anywhere in the Pizzaplex by Vanny. The hacking of Freddy prior to this could suggest Bonnie was one of Vanny's enemies. Vanny, being the one responsible for the hack, has already been called out in the character encyclopedia. Chica was hacked by Vanny to become more efficient in capturing Gregory. So what if Bonnie was possessed and had broken free from the hacking? From the earlier dialogue about Bonnie wandering the Pizzaplex, this could be a sign of independence. Had Vanny have found out that Bonnie was not under her control anymore, Freddy could be sent for him. Vanny needed complete control over the animatronics to get access to the entire building. Certain security gates could only be accessed by animatronics or security guards. Once Bonnie was disposed of, then storyteller could assign Monty the role and Vanny would have hacked him as well. Monty's personality would be adjusted by storyteller to one of angry and selfishness, although this would only happen after he was assigned as the new bass player. So, who is Bonnie? With the assumption that Bonnie was possessed and had broken his programming, then the Ruin DLC would give us another clue. Surrounded by caution bots, Bonnie's damage would not be repaired. Kept turned on only by the caution bots, these little bots had purpose. The bots do give out the sounds of crying children if you get close, so what if the child victims from the past reside in them? If so, whom would they keep around? I think one possibility is Henry. They could recognize that following Pizzeria Simulator, Henry should have moved on to the spirit world. Not willing to leave, Henry could have remained dormant in Bonnie, that is until storyteller's access to all the systems gave Bonnie the knowledge of the history of the Pizzaplex. Aware of an Afton presence, Henry breaks his programming and makes his way for an exit near Monty's Gator Golf. This would be similar to how Freddy broke free during the performance at the beginning of Security Breach. Stopped in the act by Freddy, Vanny needed the animatronics security clearance. Vanny accepts that Bonnie needed to be replaced. Following the fall, Freddy gets a new body. The storyteller gives Monty the new role in the band and crafts a story of Bonnie handing over the mantle of bass player. Vanny maintains control of all the animatronics with complete access to the Pizzaplex. Bonnie is kept around by the caution bots because they hope Henry could be saved. But the last part is speculation. It's always a problem for the player while playing through when you need to follow through with an action that you don't understand, only later to wonder perhaps doing so would in turn have made you the villain. Thanks for staying with me till the end. Leaving a like on the video will help show support for the channel, and clicking on the image of the rabbit in the lower right corner will subscribe for future content.